Hey y'all, I wouldn't really call this a review. This is some info on this. I'd gotten this recently. It's the XBoom QC mate. This is for quick connect of hydraulic couplings, kind of when you get them jammed up. And just aside from that, I had resisted buying one of these because, well, it's like 80 or 90 bucks for this particular one. And I thought, well, I'll just make something. But I just got too many projects and evaluated that I was spending more time messing around with couplings, having to loosen up a fitting to bleed pressure off, and that's even with bleed off procedures, sitting an implement down on the ground. Actually right now I've got the snow plow on, I'm getting ready to play with it a little bit, set up some other rig stuff on it, but those things settle in the dirt or move, and sometimes the pressure builds up even after the machine is off and been disconnected. So still happens even with good bleed off procedures. But here's what I found out with this thing. This is going to work great here to press this on. And I think I could actually use a little oomph and probably get that one on, but I'm going to go ahead and demo it here in a little bit. But over here, yep, yeah, down in there, kind of being sarcastic, but putting the loader back on, even with the stands down, doing bleed off procedures before disconnecting, removing it, and then preparing the bleed off with the pre-system before I put it back on. I still had a couple of them that were just being cantankerous. I thought, man, I got the new QC mate, I'll put it on there, but you can't use it on this. There is no room behind that bundle really for the back side to get into it, even with the loader removed. So it was useless for the loader if that's where you're having trouble. This is going to be awesome, and we'll see if we can over to the excavator, if that'll focus. Come on. The other one here for use is the KX71-3. I've got the auxiliary circuit coming up where I had done this diverter valve here so I could keep the thumb hooked up and just hook up whatever attachment I'm going to on the bucket. So this occasionally has been a problem, especially the tilt bucket. The tilt bucket will settle when it's off, and one side will build up pressure on that cylinder, and it may just be a pain. Well, there's nothing to bleed off in a closed system, so you end up having to disconnect, disconnect one of the lines and bleed some hydraulic fluid off. So this one, if I had to hook up something, I've got room to get in here, get it behind the male, behind the female with those, and squeeze it together. So I'm gonna go back over to the tractor and we'll just kind of demo this thing working. See, I've got it on there, it's just barely up on the part of it. I've got good solid surface on the back and they want you to make these things sure these things are straight. So I'm just squeezing, sliding. Now I couldn't do this by hand before. I really would have had to put some oomph behind it. Well, it just worked so easy right there. Okay, see, that's awesome. So it's not going to solve every one of your problems, but man, when it's the certain cases that it can, I think it's worth the money. Just be aware that some cases you're just not going to be able to get it in there, but this may give you some kind of a principle to rig something else. I have used ratchet straps to kind of do a lynch around one end of these, ratchet strap another, wrap it up, and then use the ratchet strap to pull them together. But so 80 or 90 bucks, you have to look and see what the kits are, whatever day you look to price these things, but time is money. So if it takes me 15 more minutes or 20 minutes to go get a wrench out and come back and loosen up some fittings, put the thing on, tighten them back up, put the tool away, 15 or 20 minutes, maybe you do that once a week times 52 weeks, that's time, and time is money. So I finally just made the decision that's worth it, along just like these New Balance tennis shoes. This is my work pair, but it's for around the house. But I hope that helps anybody make some decisions like it did for me when I started looking for them. Have a good day.